Thank you, Dean Yortsos, for that glowing introduction. I think my mother would have been proud, and she would have actually believed everything you actually said. Dear students, parents, faculty, and friends, today is a celebration of the many years of hard work that the class of 2015 has put into their education. So the first thing I ask that each of you do is to stand up and applaud and say thank you to your parents and loved ones that are sitting here in the audience, some of whom have flown from far away to get here. Now, as you bask in the sunshine, joy, cheer, and wonderful memories that today brings, the inevitable question is, what next? Many of you will go on to successful careers, but that's only a small portion of this postgraduate experience. Building relationships and experiencing new adventures are also crucial to having this rich, fulfilled life that awaits you. Remember that life is a mosaic of experiences unique to each of us. You have the power to decide how to build your own path and determine which way you will produce change, whether that be change for your community, your country, or for the world. You alone have the ability to make a difference in your line of work, whether it touches a few or billions of people. Many of you will go on to innovate in your chosen field of study, and in that process, transform your ideas into reality. As innovators, you will have to be passionate, hungry, and willing to sacrifice everything. Remember that success frequently comes from fearless risk-taking. Years of struggle and failure often precede success, so be resilient and persistent in reaching your goals. Through your quest to invent new things, you will discover the meaning of your life, even as you change the lives of those around you. Beware of certain pitfalls as you embark on this journey. People who often fall victim to supreme self-confidence in their opinions are implicitly concluding that the world is static. If you consciously remind yourself that it isn't, you start to look for change. In change, there is opportunity. Change is usually hard to predict and even harder to notice at first. Usually, change that matters comes from an unforeseen quarter. Your generation holds the unique combination of knowledge and passion to recognize new, uncharted territory. It is this curiosity that will ultimately produce groundbreaking new discoveries. You can emerge a big winner if you're early in recognizing and capitalizing on change. You don't have to be first, you just have to be right. Never underestimate the power of previous experience to motivate and shape your future goals. My own life was changed forever by early events. My father passed away in an accident when I was 3 years old. My young widowed mother went back to college to get educated and then became a professor. She taught me how to deal with adversity, live frugally, and with humility. I came to the United States as a student in the 1970s. After graduating, I ended up in technology by pure chance, not by active choice. From the Midwest, I made my way to California in 1983 simply because it was warmer, and I have an ethnic preference for warm weather. Little did I know that the technology industry was about to grow exponentially, providing limitless opportunity. In hindsight, we all now know that starting in the 1980s, the tech sector, though nascent, was the place to be. Although no one can never really time transitions to new areas or new markets in technology, what was helpful was gut intuition, and for me, it was always working with new teams every decade or so and ending up energized by these new teams with fresh ideas, new people, and new fields of operation. I joined startups, I created startups, failed twice along the way, and eventually succeeded repeatedly with the advent of the internet era. Only in 1997, midway through my career, did I start to document my mistakes in what I call my little book of mistakes. This was before there was blogging. You should do this early in your career, and it'll improve your own win-loss record. Let me point out 4 lessons that stand out in my book of mistakes. Number 1, if you have to regret an action that you took, then you should learn from it and remember never to repeat it. Also make newer mistakes, but never bet the farm type of mistakes, which can take a lot longer to recover from. Number 2, I found out that the biggest mistakes are those involving people judgments. Improving one's record on picking great people to be part of your team or to work with comes with experience, with quiet reflection, and with gut instinct, and which is frequently right as long as you're not impulsive. Even to this day, I make mistakes on people decisions, so understand that this is a learning process that never ends. All important decisions in life are about people, whether it's in business or in personal relationships. So it is important to get this one right. Number 3, rarely is the cost of failure greater than the cost of not trying. So be bold and take calculated risks. The path to success inevitably includes failures along the way. Failure can be a badge of honor. Just don't fail too many times in a row. Rewrite the rules, but retain your values. It's a long road ahead, so your core values need to be your guidepost, and those cannot be easily compromised. Each of you is starting today with a clean slate, and hence brings a fresh perspective to problem solving. What seemed impossible to an earlier generation of engineers might well be a challenge that you will take on and achieve a breakthrough in. And as engineers, you play a vital role in solving the problems facing the world in many, many sectors today, whether it's healthcare and medicine, energy, climate change, sustainable water, sanitation, virtual reality, digital entertainment, myriad other areas. Some of you will choose to focus on the more futuristic, the more esoteric, things like space exploration, new forms of transportation, smart cities, and so on. Ultimately, all innovation is about trial and error and rapid experimentation. Winning in today's world is about having new ideas and fresh ways to solve old problems. Startup founders that end up the most successful were not driven by money alone. They had a burning desire to change the world and make it a better place. Be mission-oriented, not money-oriented. Money is the byproduct of a successful mission. Invest in people, not ideas. Ideas without execution is but an empty promise. Embrace uncertainty and remain flexible so you can adapt when things go off course. Build your personal brand, starting with this important credential from USC today, and growing from here with every new experience. Be open to learning, build a network, and be self-aware of your strengths and weaknesses. Think of how best you want to apply your skills to match your passion and your aspiration. Some of you may have mentors who can guide you in this matching process. It often helps to have a sounding board, someone who can give you honest feedback, who's an independent thinker, who understands you and is invested in your success. Mentors can be different people at different stages in your life, family or work associates, your professors, who can serve various needs based on their skill and expertise. In my own early life, my grandfather provided invaluable guidance. Trips to his office allowed me to observe and learn from him. For life decisions, my mother counseled me as long as she was able to. Throughout your career and your life, you will encounter inflection points. During these times, you will face choices that may result in either rapid upward mobility or stagnation. It is these moments that the opinions of those you trust and respect, your mentors, that matter most. Live in the future of your dreams. Start with a clear execution and then go execute. In 1998, when I first met the two Google founders and invested in the company, I knew from my conversations with them that they were focused on creating a useful service that users would love to experience many times a day. They were extremely ambitious in their goals, and they paid attention to hiring quality people obsessed over little details, which meant they cared about execution. What I did not know was the size of company they could build at that early stage. Neither will you know or be able to plan every part of your future, but if you lay the groundwork, things will get clearer and the path lights up. As the saying goes, overnight success takes a long time, so be patient. Remember that the reward you seek is more than just career success. In 1999, I was working for Amazon, a long commute each Monday morning from San Francisco to Seattle. My job was grueling, allowing me to see my young family back then. My children were 7 and 10, only on the weekends. If I left my job, I was missing out on certain financial and career success. Yet I knew my life filled with 6 a.m. flights and long days away from home had no balance and was not sustainable. I had to make a tough decision. Ultimately, I chose to prioritize my family life and returned to the San Francisco Bay Area. I continued to seek new opportunities with determination and patience and found greater joy in that balanced life. So success is not just about the numbers. It's comprised also of fulfilling relationships that you build around you, transformative life experiences, and your health and well-being. Nobody but you knows how much sleep you need, how much fun you need, and what you should eat, what you should do to eat and exercise right. So reflect on your personal objectives, always be clear about them, follow what makes you happy, and practice kindness and humility. These traits will positively impact the people around you. Good luck and congratulations. Here's to the class of 2015. Fight on, Trojans. Thank you.